This is Rome, where the 21st century lives side by side in harmony with the ancient world. Rome, the eternal city, and the heart of the Catholic Church. And in Vatican City, in the shadow of St. Peter's, stands a unique center of learning and spiritual renewal, the Institute for Continuing Theological Education. Here on the campus of the Pontifical North American College, the Institute offers courses of study designed specifically to serve the spiritual and intellectual needs of working priests, men who know what pastoral life is all about, men who have experienced at first hand the challenges and joys of their calling, men who come here on sabbatical to join their brother priests in a once-in-a-lifetime journey of renewal. Each day, there are opportunities for prayer together.
Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever. Amen.
I will do what you desire.
Hear me, O Lord.
Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
From the depths of my heart, I cry to you. Hear me, O Lord.
I think a priest who gets the most out of the sabbatical program here in Rome is one who has been particularly busy, overworked perhaps. They've run into a wall. Maybe their spiritual life needs, a little extra jump, something to help them get going again. And in order to do that, I think the priest needs to respond to Jesus' words ultimately, come away and rest with me a while. So I believe that that's really the motivating factor for a number of priests. The sabbatical program calls people to come away and rest a while, not just to go on vacation, anybody can do that, but to rest a while with the Lord, to spend a little time returning to theology, returning to a deeper sense of prayer in a communal life with brother priests.
When you think about what Jesus did with his apostles, so many times over in scriptures we read about Jesus taking the 12 apostles aside and spending time with them in quiet so that he could teach them, so that they could learn about him and about his Father, what their will was, what the Father's will was for the apostles. And the same is true for our priests nowadays. They work awfully hard, our priests at home. They carry multiple parishes oftentimes, they carry sometimes additionally chancery jobs or hospital care, different ministries that they're involved in. And so it's a time for them to step back, to come away alone with the Lord, like the apostles did, and to refocus. It's a time to relax, a time to rest, a time to renew.
The program offers a wonderful opportunity for the priests to be on the grounds of the North American College, and we have our own separate living quarters, which are wonderful because it helps build the fraternity among the priests, and our own chapel for prayer.
I'm here after 25 years of very active, full ministry back in the States. The last thing I probably wanted to do was sit in a classroom for 3.5 hours a day. But I have to tell you, it's been one of the most rewarding experiences of being here at the Institute. The priests, the people who come in, the professors from the various universities around Rome have just shared their knowledge and their information. And many of them are very humble, and they often say, look, you are the guys on the front line. You're in the trenches. We know you experience what we are talking about, what we try to teach seminarians about. So we're here not just to teach you, but we're here to be taught as well. So it's a great rapport that they develop. And in that environment and in that context, great dialogue happens. And And we learn not just from them, but from the other priests who are a part of the Institute. Yeah, it's been a very profitable experience in the classroom.
There's always time for solitude and reflection. The cultural, historical, and theological immediacy of Rome provides participating priests a stimulating environment for study and renewal. Some of the most inspiring and gifted theologians in the world help prepare them for even better pastoral ministry on their return home.
Of preaching. Ask yourself, what am I doing when I'm doing it? Our theologies change, not the doctrine, but the way we express and nuance these unchangeable gifts. And how very hard is the task of preaching, huh?
There's plenty of opportunity to make new friends, compare experiences, and establish relationships with fellow priests from all over the country.
I've been given just an amazing gift, the opportunity to not only just study, but to be in Rome for an extended period of time, to visit the major basilicas, to pray at the tombs of the martyrs and the saints, to really soak up the fullness, the Catholicity of the Church, and to celebrate all that richness, and hopefully to bring that back home with me.
I believe that a priest who has been in ministry a good number of years, whether that's 10 or 20 or 30, for me it's 33, can benefit from this program, number one, with an open heart and a willingness to learn and to continue to grow, not only in their own holiness, but desire to learn what the Church is offering today, learn from its opportunities of art and culture and theology. It's an opportunity to experience the best and the brightest of the teachers that these young men here at NAC are experiencing as well, but also with an opportunity for us to go back renewed, refreshed, recreated, hopefully again, and enthusiastic about the ministry that we've said yes to, no matter how long it's been.
In my experience at seminary, I loved having the opportunity to pray in community. And as a diocesan priest, by myself in a parish, I pray the Liturgy of the Hours. Well, I love praying my Divine Office. It's a personal, almost private prayer. And so to have this opportunity to come together with other priests and pray in community, it's a wonderful and grace-filled opportunity.
But one of the things I really benefited from sabbatical is that I was able to really kind of return to a deeper prayer life. And I had plenty of time to, once you get over the tourism stage of just being in Rome and going to, trying to experience as much as you can, and you do that kind of in groups, then after that, once you're kind of comfortable with Rome, there's lots of time to go out by yourself and go to different churches that you've already been to that you wanted to go back and return to pray in. And the chapel being right in the house, is very easy to go down there in the middle of the day and spend some time just talking to the Lord. So I had lots of that.
No time is more rewarding than the concelebration of daily Mass.
Take this, all of you, and eat of it. For this is my body, which will be given up for you. The blood of the new and eternal covenant, which will be poured out for you and for many, for the forgiveness of sins. Do this in memory of me.
Give the finest wheat. Come give to us, O saving Lord, the bread of life to eat.
On a daily basis, participants in the sabbatical mingle with the seminarians studying at the North American College. Many find these informal contacts with priests of the future a particularly rewarding part of the program.
every day we have the opportunity to join the seminarians for lunch or pranzo. And it's a great opportunity for us to, you know, sit with and integrate with the seminarians who are here and who are really very busy and active in their own formation and preparation for priesthood. So I believe this is a great opportunity for the seminarians to get to know from those of us who are quite seasoned in ministry and those of us who get to see who are our replacements. And I must say, we are impressed by their fortitude, their holiness, their dedication, and their love of the church.
I think one of the big hesitancies with attending a program like this, I know for myself, was chiseling out the time that it would require. So I think that there's also a hesitancy for other priests, and I'm sure for bishops around the country. And what I would say is that the time here, I believe, will multiply my time when I get back. It has made me stronger. It has certainly deepened my spirituality, and it has strengthened me in my resolve and given me great insight from the men who come here and teach us into pastoral ministry. So I think it's time well spent. And any day we put in here, I really believe it's going to give me several days when I get back home and I get back to ministry.
When you get to the Holy Land, you can look from one side to the other. Almost all salvation history happened within an hour's walk from each other. It's amazing when you see everything that's happened in the church happened right there. So to be where Jesus was, to experience what Jesus experienced, to be able to be in the water outside when you're in Galilee, it was a life-changing experience. And I know it's going to help my preaching. Unbelievable. As soon as I got back, I tweeted everybody. I says, everybody needs to go to the Holy Land. No matter what, go to the Holy Land. So I loved it.
Every year, the Institute offers a pilgrimage to the Holy Land.
As we're coming to a close here with our sabbatical, it's important for us to remember how we started. We started with a retreat here, and we're ending with a retreat, but in a very profound place in Italy, in Assisi, where we have an opportunity to really, in the manner of St. Francis himself, to participate in a life of peace. He was really a peaceable person, and this gives us that necessary retreat before we get back into the swing of things back in our home country.
Priests always have the opportunity for a retreat in places of special spiritual significance, like St. Francis's historic Assisi. The farewell party at the Institute always evokes mixed emotions. The warmth of new friendships, the sorrow at leaving Rome, the eagerness to return to their parishes, energized by what St. Paul called a newness of life.
Thank you for welcoming us, and I want to offer you a future welcome as you come home. Cheers.
Ad multos annos vivas, ad multos annos vivas, ad multos annos glorios annos vivas, vivas.
The sabbatical program here, I just think, is so good for healthy men to come together and just be, like Jesus said, come by yourself to an out-of-the-way place and rest a little. He took his apostles and he said, you who are stronger and be leaders of my church, I want you to come together, I want you to rest, I want you to get strength so you can go out and truly make disciples of other people. And so I think that's what's so great about this sabbatical program. Jesus calls us together to the very heart of the church, where Peter was buried right down the road here, and the fruit of all that is around us, to replant that seed inside of us, that we would be re-energized, that we would make disciples. So it's always best when you do it not as a lone ranger, but you do it with brothers. You do it with other priests. And so we come together as priests, we get strengthened so we can go forth from this place and make disciples the way Christ has commanded us to do.
What it does, though, is it makes good priests better. That's what it does. It makes good priests better.
And finally, recent popes have each been most welcoming. Here, Pope Benedict XVI pays tribute to the visiting priests of the Institute.
A group of priests participating in a theological renewal course at the Institute for Continuing Theological Education in the Pontifical North American College.
I also welcome the priests taking part in the Institute for Continuing Theological Education at the Pontifical North American College. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
What it does, though, is it makes good priests better. That's what it does. It makes good priests better.